Yo, and we back with another episode of I Was Thinking Podcast. Roberts. Um, what's been going on with me? Um, just trying to get everything situated, get everything together, get everything fine tuned. It's a constant struggle when you're building up, when you're trying to build yourself, and especially when you're trying to make a name for yourself in the entertainment sphere. And build up your fan base and be more reliable with people to the point where they want to invest money in you. I lack consistency. That's always been my biggest enemy, and I'm working on that. And because I've got the talent, I'm funny. I make good choices when it comes to comedy. Just don't have the background shit right now, and I've been getting better with content production. So, um, as a comedian, if they don't like your image or they don't like you as a person, you have to be not only talented, but you have to produce on a high level on all aspects. You know what I mean? I learned that from watching Louis C.K. A lot of people didn't fuck with him. Same with Dave Chappelle. A lot of people didn't fuck with both of these guys. These guys just kept swinging at the air and kept putting things out and producing things and putting things together. And at the point in time, people they built such a fan base that it didn't matter who liked them. They were profitable. And I'm not to say that that's what I'm in it for. I'm not in it to be profitable. I'm in it to be good and entertain people that like to be entertained by my sense of humor. You know what I mean? So I'm playing for them. I'm doing for them, and for all the people that have believed in me. I've been doing stand up for over 10 years. So, you know, it's about time to make something happen for them and make them see that uh, that the patience and the time and was worth it, and I didn't just take their support of me for granted. So that's what I've been working on, man. That and getting back into the gym. I fell off for a second and was just paying the membership and not going. That shit's whack. What a waste of money. So that, and we got to budget better. Because these days finances got to be in tip top shape. You got to be on top of it, man. You can't let not one red cent get go to these corporations without without you accounting for it or without you getting what you need out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll just keep siphoning, keep siphoning. You won't even know what's happening. You just be like, oh shit, I damn my account's overdrawn. You know what I mean? So yeah, got to get that going. Got to get that under control. Um, what else? Um, family's good. Um, had some big expenses that were very annoying. And what's up with T-Mobile, man? T-Mobile is becoming a piece of shit, man. They sent out a text message talking about they gonna add on $5 to additionally to everybody's bill. I'm like, you piece of shit. Whatever, whatever. Everybody's out here struggling. And this ain't costing you nothing. You just trying to squeeze niggas. So whatever. There's that. Unforeseen expenses. You got to prepare for those. And yeah, I'm mad about it. I don't like it, but whatever. I got this other thing that I do that I got caught up with this week is whenever I'm stressed out or annoyed, I start just eating sweets. I start eating sweets. I become stressed out. I start eating sweets, drinking juice. I just crave sugar when I'm like not in a good place. And it it didn't ever make me like on no it didn't ever turn me to get bad to the point where it made me like fat or nothing, but it does get bad to the point where I be looking up and I just the sugar intake is just not good. So yeah, and diabetes is in my family. It's not a genealogy thing. It's just a couple of people have lost their feet in my family, and um, I'm not trying to have that trajectory. You know what I mean? So we got to get on top of that. Um, what else has been going on? I've been rocking out, working, going to sleep, working a lot. And so I've been just indulging in music. That's all I really have time for because I'm on the go constantly. I like that new Playboy Cardi, man. I like it. I think it was pretty cool. I wish that I heard that it was a missing song on the album that should have been on the album that was supposed to go on a previous Drake album that they were gonna throw on the Playboy Cardi album. But due to the feud with uh, allegedly due to the feud with Kendrick and Playboy Cardi, I mean Kendrick with Kendrick and Drake, that song wasn't released to Playboy Cardi and it didn't make it on the album. And that sucks because that would have been fire. If he could have locked that in, got that on the album, and had Kendrick features on the album, that would have been the ultimate release. That would have been so killer. You'd have the biggest artists of the last year on your album. One of them is one of them is creatively directing it, and to have him on there and have a drop, a unknown appearance, drop appearance with Drake on it would have been crazy. Hopefully they can get that on the deluxe, but I don't even think there will be a deluxe to this album, seeing as that the album had 30 songs. Very hype driven. I will say that they had a lot of good marketing, good rollout, high anticipation. So the album is gonna do well. I believe is they already quoted it at being on its way to 250,000 in sales, which is the biggest album of the year in rap. Uh, First week. Sorry, I don't know what it's gonna do on that next week because you know Playboy Cardi's album. Well, it'll probably still be doing well. Playboy has a strong fan base, and that's who he really catered to on this one. It was Dummy Fire. Um, I loved I loved a lot of songs on there. There's like 12, 11 or 12 songs I got in high rotation out of the 30. The other ones are cool. But the 11 or 12 songs I got in high rotation are just bangers. But out of those 11 or 12, they were bangers that were already killing the internet and going viral. So, you know, Evil Jordan, um, HBA, and Mojo Jojo. But the original version, to me, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I like the original version better. It's way more straight to the point and smooth. Um, Kendrick, if he was gonna be on that song, I wish he would just, probably gave a verse. We didn't need the ad libs, Kendrick. I ain't gonna hold you, baby. But the rest of the features the rest of the appearances you made on the album, fire. Um, they said Janae Aiko made an appearance on the album, which was a surprise because I ain't seen her in a minute. Maybe she got an album coming, which would be fire. Um, Seeing as that she was one of the main artists um, that experienced the LA fires firsthand. So she has something to talk about, and she she is has experiences under her belt. So this probably inspired some like fire, no pun intended, fire ass new music that is going to be coming out from her. Because she really thrives and really is able to turn like her pain and her experiences into good art. Um, yeah, she does well with recycling her life experiences into something beautiful. Um, like most great artists. The Drake album, I know I'm behind on that. I never talked about it, but I like the Drake album. It's not even really Drake's album. It's it's Drake's album hidden behind the idea of him and Party Next Door joining as a collab. It was a fucked up situation for Party Next Door. It gave Party Next Door a number one album, but it also was Drake hiding behind Party Next Door as a human shield to test the waters and see how people were feeling about him in the world and how the album was gonna do before he actually thinks about even dropping his own music. So that was a fucked up and obvious move. Um, but it worked, and the music was fire, even though it was a bunch of songs that people felt that were done already and thrown on and touched up a little bit, and then thrown on to make a cohesive project. But it wasn't really a cohesive project. It was more like a compilation. It didn't really carry a consistent vibe. So, but the songs were still fire. I got like 4 or 5 songs that I have in heavy rotation off of that album. Um, Beyond that, man, that's all I've been doing is playing those songs. I still keep my ear open for new music that's been coming out. Um, I've really been rocking with I think her name is Alex Isley. Her voice is so sultry, man. I like it. So I've been rocking out to her. She's been putting out. She's got a bunch of slappers, and then this other artist named Nali. I think that's her name, but she's got some bangers too. I love her. I love the like little smooth, sultry voices that have been coming out of the East Coast. I don't know if Alex Isley is from the East Coast. I think she's on the West. So Alex Isley and Nali, I think she's on the East Coast. But she got some banger little slaps, man. She's just been sprinkling little music out here and there. She's got a very she's very small right now and very in the corner. But her music is supposed to be doing well on Spotify, so y'all check her out, man. And yeah, that's what I've been doing is just keep my ear to the music, listen to podcasts too. A lot of NPR, keep my ear to the streets, internet, different internet personalities, academics especially. Listen to academics when he pops up. He's been taking a lot of breaks lately. Um, and then not only that, when he goes live now, he tends to do this thing where he switches it to like a his pay-per-view people. So it's hard to catch him live, but when I do catch him, it's cool. He's been catering to his strongest core audience and his high level subscribers. So I understand. But the other thing that's crazy is when he lost all those followers and then he gained more followers and now he's up more than he was when he lost it. So that just proves how good he is as a internet personality as well as a hip hop commentator. So shouts out to him. Um, give credit where credit is due, man. Um, he's on his job. Speaking of being on your job, uh, I've been tuning in to also the Breakfast Club, and it's been getting messy over there. Between Lauren and Jess Hilarious. I don't know her last name, but I don't know Lauren's last name, but Jess Hilarious is Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious she initially campaigned and was brought on to the Breakfast Club to replace Angela Yee. They trialed and error a bunch of different co-hosts and different things, and Jess Hilarious just fit the bill. She negotiated her contract, got on while she was in her beginning stages. She was on an apology tour because she does content on her page where she roasts everything. She amassed a fan base from that, from being an actual comedian, going on stage, taking her lashings, going on these big shows, doing her thing, being funny on stage. Now, I don't know, I had never seen Jess Hilarious on stage. I've just seen people publicate like her bad shows or when she's had situations on shows. But that happens to every comedian. And I don't hold her to a fault to that. But I will say that at least she's out there doing her shit. Like she's out there on stage, she's bringing in ticket sales. Now, her whether she's good or not, or whether she's up to par to me is subjective as a comedian. But she's hitting all the she's checking all the boxes. She's selling shows. She's on great lineups. She's done improv. She's been on Wild 'N Out. She went from Wild 'N Out. She's done movies. She's done TV. She's in. She's a star. She did it. You know what I mean? There's no other black female in the comedian space that is that's fresh and new, because she's not really fresh or new, but she's the freshest one and she's the biggest one of the new crop of female black comedians that's actually doing stand up at post Tiffany Haddish. Post Tiffany Haddish, it is just hilarious. And I know people don't like to hear that, but that's just what it is. What other female comedian are we talking about? Just hilarious has moment. When I go online, Just Hilarious has amassed a giant fan base online. Um, and she's doing stand up and she's taking niggas on the road with her. Shouts out to her, man. Like she's surrounding herself with real comedians, real comics. She's doing her thing, and this is me giving her props. Now, where she messed up at was when she took the job for the Breakfast Club without doing enough research and not preparing herself for all aspects and all things that could happen in such an easy job. First of all, being a radio host is just like being a podcast person. If you're funny and if you got a segment and the segment is very easy, delivering the news, Angela Yee made it look easy. I can't tell you how easy it is. I've never worked for a radio station, but I will tell you this: it can't be that hard to put together a segment, especially if you've already have your podcast. She's already had her own podcast. I don't know if she still does it or not, but she's had her own podcast. She's had her own uh, productions. Can't be harder than that. It's probably super easy. You know what I mean? People like to make things seem like they're hard, especially when it comes to, no disrespect, especially when it comes to positions that females hold. They like to try to read into the position more, make the position to be bigger than what it is. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's definitely not hard. It's just about putting the work in and doing the research and not just out here having fun and networking. And so, Just Hilarious gets the position. Um, it looks weird at first because she's on an apology tour, apologizing to everybody that she's insulted or made fun of on her own platforms, her own social platforms, which were funny. They were jokes. People are super sensitive towards her, and I don't understand it. SNL makes fun of everybody. So and they're a shitload of white people. They make fun of people, they parody people. What Just Hilarious does. She's a comedian. You can't be taking it super personal when she's out here doing her thing, man. Like that's a part of her job. What is she supposed to like not make fun of people because what she wants to be cool with y'all? Man, y'all niggas don't give a fuck about nobody, man. People got to get it how they live. You know what I'm saying? Um, just like with 50 Cent. I respect 50 Cent. 50 Cent is like he don't give a fuck. This game is beastie, man, and it's not about taking you down or destroying you as a person. It's about, nigga, if you're a social media, if you're a major personality and you're a reference and you did some crazy shit or you're involved in some crazy shit, you're gonna get talked about by the news outlets, by the comedians, by everybody. That's how the game goes. You know what I mean? So to even hold her to a different standard or go on hard on her, or any comedian for that matter, when they're trying to grow and amass a following so they can make money from their art, fuck you. Let them do their thing, man. That's a part of the game. I remember when she was on when one of the interviews that went viral was her having to beg and plead with Sexy Red. First of all, Sexy Red, you do a bunch of ratchet shit on the internet. Who the fuck is not going to talk about that? And why wouldn't you expect for nobody not to talk about that? Why wouldn't you expect nobody to make fun of that? Why wouldn't you expect nobody to parody that? Is it because you think you too cool to not be made fun of, or you think you too gangster to not be made fun of? Nah, nigga, allow it. You on the table. That's what comes with popularity. You on the table. Niggas look at you as a point of reference. Nigga, Kevin Hart is a comedian. Every time they see this nigga, we're like the shortest nigga. Oh, he's the shortest nigga, or this, whatever they say about him. Oh, he's a greedy nigga. Whatever they could think of. He's a horny nigga. Whatever they can think of. You know what I'm saying? And that's because he's a big fish. He's a popular reference. White people know him, black people know him, Indian people know him. So if you were mentioning him, people are able to immediately get that thought in their head and go, "Oh, that is funny." Like I seen something the other day where people were talking about sexy women with Down syndrome. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." And then they posted um, Ice Spice and Lotto because they have like those eyes. So they not exempt. Nobody is exempt from being made fun of. Nobody is hired and being made fun of, man. Everybody's on the table. That if you're a true comedian, everybody's on the table. Everybody's to be get cooked. That's why, you know, with this whole that's why comedians protect and try to stand by freedom of speech so much. Nigga, that's their job. But anyway, um, yeah, fucking Jess Hilarious doing her thing. She masked up giant following. The radio station, the radio show is profiting off of that following because Jess Hilarious is affiliated with it. So and the blogs pick it up faster because it's Jess Hilarious, DJ Envy, and Charlemagne. Three major personalities bring a following, which is hard to amass, which is hard, very hard these days, to amass a faithful following that will follow you and support you in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it made sense to get her. She had a way bigger following than Angela Yee has, still does. So it was a no brainer. It was like, oh, we double win. She has an internet following, high engagement, great. So she does the bad thing of as soon as she gets on the show, she gets pregnant, and that's great for women. But it's bad for you when you go on pregnancy leave and then leave a young, ambitious woman who also understands radio hosting and being a producer in your position while you're gone, doing shows still while you're pregnant, making appearances still while you're pregnant, and being a mom. Now I understand family's important to you and all that shit, and you want to do that, but that was your first mistake. You should have stayed on that job until you had the baby, and then had the baby, and then had like a midwife or sorry, um, or an assistant be with the baby in the next room while you're filming and on set doing your thing with the Breakfast Club to protect your position. Those positions, when a job is super easy and everybody looks at it as easy, like being a comedian or being a personality on a radio show or reading the news, bro, what everybody thinks is easy, everybody's gonna go for it. They don't give a fuck. Okay? Everybody's gonna go for it, and keeping your job is based off of how well you gel with everybody that's in the vicinity. Because everybody's looking to get your job. Everybody's looking for a slip up, a mistake, so they can pass your job to their friend, some little hoe that's blowing them, some guy that's blowing them, whoever. So, yeah, now Jess Hilarious is on the internet, voicing her disapproval for Lauren being there still after she has returned. But it's like, Lauren was holding it down while you left. You know what I'm saying? And Lauren is not trying to leave. She likes the reception. She likes the attention. She's, whatever. Nigga, she ain't leaving. So now you got a problem. But I do have a problem with everybody saying that Lauren is talented. Lauren has yet to do anything that would make her or showcase her giving social commentary or any opinion that isn't straightforward and by the book and safe. At least Jess Hilarious makes fun of people. Her Jess with the mess segment, that's the better version is on the Instagram or the YouTube, wherever else she has it. But I've seen it on the Instagram and on the Just with the Mess, even though it's super quick, way better on the Instagram, way more hilarious. On here, on the Breakfast Club is dumbed down, and the only one that and they should have kept doing the donkey of the day. I don't even know if they still do the donkey of the day, but if they're not gonna do the actual Jess with the mess, they need to just bring back doing donkey today or make the donkey of the day go viral again like they used to. But um yeah, the Lauren chick, she has not delivered any type of quotables or a point of view that would make me go, oh, she's way better than Jess. Yeah. Nor does she have the following or engagement that Jess has either. So it's just like, you know, to the now it just seems like you guys don't like Jess, or Jess is problematic, or Jess doesn't know how to do her job. So now you got to deal with that. I mean, now you're gonna have to deal with people constantly looking at and measuring you guys in comparison on whether they should cut one and keep the other one, or keep both. So that's Jess's big issue. Jess, you may have to start looking into learning radio or learning your job more efficiently so you can do it at a higher level than um, Lauren if there's still time. If not, then you're gonna have to figure out a way to be way more and be made more of a, a voice on the show, and and get raw as you can within the parameters of the show, and be funny, and yeah, man, not show that you're irritated by Lauren's existence on the show. So yeah, man, whenever it's an easy situation, you have to deal with personalities. If it's a hard position, then everybody's chill because they know how much heavy lifting is going to be done. But when it's an easy position, and anybody feels they can do it, you got to deal with max personalities, man. And that's where she's at. She has to deal with personalities, and those personalities are gonna show. If they never liked her, then they're gonna eventually she'll be on her way out. But it's not helping her case right now to be going on all these socials and talking about how Lauren is getting on her nerves and how she wanted her out, and she doesn't know what's going on, and she feels like they're turning against her and all that. She's exposing too much. But at the same time, Charlemagne is very good at marketing, so, and the team is very good at marketing, so they could probably flip this, because I remember there was that they got a lot of attention from Angela Yee having a problem at the radio show, where she felt like they were not holding her down or having her back, and she was being disrespected. But eventually, she ended up leaving. So we'll see, man. But to Jess Hilarious, man, I think you're talented, and I think Lauren is just dependable, and that's what happened. You know, talent versus consistency, dependability, and skill will always be favored um, over talent, skill, dependency, and consistency. You know, you gotta start coming through and maybe getting there early, putting donuts in the fucking break room, fucking being nicer to the staff, and yeah, getting gritty, man. Make sure you're doing everything. Make sure you're being nice to everybody, and make sure when you're doing your position, you pick and choose who to tear apart, because certain personalities got stake in at the radio station too. They can make a call and get you fired like that too. Um, because I remember when people were like, "Yo, why is Diddy and have so much control over the radio? Why are they scared to talk about Diddy? Why?" Yeah, Diddy had some influence over there. So just make sure it ain't the person you destroy and ain't don't have no influence over there. And do little backgrounds and before you do the show, because I know y'all know what segments is gonna happen, who y'all gonna talk about, who's trending, and all that other stuff. And just do your due diligence, and you're gonna be all right. I'm not gonna go with the idea that um, Jess is not talented, because she's doing something. She's got a giant fan base, and it's gotten her this far. So um, that's it on that, man. But um, in other news, um, god damn, man, no jumper, no jumper, man. I kind of knew that something was going to happen soon. I was just waiting to see what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? It was too many people in hood politics that wasn't hood people, and that was what was driving the machine of no jumper for a minute. You know what I mean? And now they're indicted on RICO charges, and RICO charges are not charges that actually exist, which they're the idea of you can't get something solid, so you just go, yo, charge them with a RICO, and then you can hold niggas until you figure out what evidence or what you want to charge them with, and that's kind of whack. Um, and and no pun intended, but they're trying to say that Wack is the one that initiated the RICO, him and Brick Baby uh on Big U and a bunch of other people that were on the podcast and out in the streets trying to get that internet money. And the one thing about gangsters running to the internet is a lot of gangsters don't really have no interest in a lot of shit, and they don't really have nothing to talk about. So I knew this was going to happen, and I hated the idea of something bad happening like this, because hood politics, a lot of people are interested in them, but they aren't for mainstream or even online media, and they made it for online media. And it's crazy because they talk bad about everybody. All those people knew academics from the Chirac shit, so they talk bad about academics reporting the Chirac shit, but they are doing the same thing that academics did that got him in trouble with a bunch of gangsters, but to themselves. So they indicting themselves for publicity, and it's not even super like killing like that. They're getting money, but they're not getting the money that they're gonna need to fight this goddamn case. This case is going to hit hard, man. And it sucks to see all these guys go down when they're finally starting to rise. Big Baby's been really punching into the content space. Same with Wack. Same with Big U. His son is playing professional football, and he's been working behind the scenes doing deals and doing stuff like that with businesses and corporations and stuff like that. So that was good for him. Um, But it just sucks that all these guys are gonna go down. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be some lives changed drastically and maybe even ended because a lot of the stuff that they used to talk about, they're not gonna be in jail and able to survive with enemies. And a lot of these guys are old. They haven't fought in a minute. They haven't been doing shit like that, man. The streets is people. The streets has been very like not bad. Like what TV and media has been making it look like the streets has been going down in the streets, but it hasn't. Niggas have really been struggling financially and trying to work jobs and get into different spaces to make money that would that they respect and they and wouldn't mess up their reputation or put them in a bad position. And a lot of niggas went to online content making without really exploring the space or figuring out what would be their niche or how they can help themselves, and are even learning about different things. And they went in there and brought the hood with them, and now the hood shit is catching up with them. Niggas are getting really arrested off of podcasts, and that sucks because there ain't even no replay value in it but to indict yourself. At least with music, niggas gonna be like, no, that was music. With podcasts, niggas gonna be like, why'd you say that? Oh, I was trying to be funny. I was trying to break the internet. Niggas gonna be like, yo, well, you have to break out of jail because we're taking this as a testimony. We're taking this as evidence. So, god damn it. Prayers out to all the people involved and their families, man, because this sucks to have to be involved with a Rico. I hopefully, I can't even say hopefully, man, because if California wants you in jail, they gonna get you. They not like Atlanta, so um, where they gonna fumble a whole Rico. Nah, these people, they're vicious with it, man. So prayers up to all those people involved with the no jumper Rico, man. Big U, I believe he issued a statement, and yeah, everybody else is just in holding right now, or are either about to get apprehended or are about to turn themselves in. So yeah, but this is the one of the biggest busts ever, and is drastically gonna change how gangsters interact with the internet because they are getting caught up left and right, and just the era of the gangsters is truly dead, man. And if this didn't remind everybody, it is. Music has changed because of the Dirk situation and the Young Thug situation, where people were rapping about murdering and shit like that. The drill situation, and being a gangster right now is just obsolete, man. It's obsolete. You're getting older, and you don't have no security. You don't have no money to fall back on. The drug game is been infiltrated by the feds. If you survive the drug game and you done came up with a new drug, nigga, you done created something brand new because the feds know about every aspect of it and they're the plugs to everything. They control all the stuff. So if you are in the drug game, and you're sure to get caught soon. So yeah, man. Um, Beyond that, man, everybody's in this space of limbo where they're trying to figure shit out, how to get money, and it just right now is just there ain't no fast money, man. There ain't no fast money, and even with the internet is about just putting out a large amount of content, being a workhorse now. Niggas used to put. I remember the days when niggas used to put out 1-2 videos a week, and they be good. 1-2 videos a week, you be good. They get a check on the 21st, the next following month. That check would probably be like 4,000, depending on what the video is about. But now, nigga, you gotta post like 30 videos, nigga, and you gotta be on top of it, nigga, and you gotta go live for 5 hours. Look how hard academics is working just to keep his position. So look at Fresh and Fit. They got 1,000 clips, nigga. They're on the internet for 3 or 4 hours at a time. Um, yeah, man. Hollywood's in bad shape. Um, but Hollywood actors and writers, they need a shakeup. These niggas have been lazy. These niggas have been nepotism, finessers, not the best writers. Um, boxing out niggas that actually put out good content, all kinds of whack ass shit. So Hollywood needs to get hit with the ooh wee and get it shaken up. Um, because we've been getting trash content lately, man. I watched a new movie, Electric City or whatever, with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby. That was a bust. Um, everything was everywhere. It was interesting to watch visually. Visually, it was pretty cool, but the story is not something that I would revisit. Um, but also, I want to say this to be fair. Americans in this day and age, we got too many movie nerds and movie buffs. We are holding these movies to a standard where they can't compete. Back in the day, we had better actors, better personalities, people that were super funny, super great actors. Now we got a bunch of those actors, kids, and other cousins and relatives and people related to producers being actors. What it is the writers are trash because the writers are related to our writers are on some leftist bullshit. That's what's happening, and they're not original enough to come up with stories. And then the fucking COVID shit put a lot of writers in debt and had them niggas not getting residuals. They're thirsty as hell, so they're taking jobs that they shouldn't even take. You got motherfucking people who don't even know about comic books writing on comic book shows, putting their spin on comic book heroes. It's like and sci-fi shit, Star Wars shit, don't even know the characters, literally have to ask nerds and go online and do a crash course just so they can write, and then they're writing some shit that don't even match with the timeline. It's like Lord of the Rings is horrible on Prime. Um, um, Star Wars is horrible because of these writers, these people, these college students who don't know shit. Um, these people that are related to other people that is just trash right now. Um, the actors not as good. You know why? They're related to other people. It's a big ass nepotism space, and it's trashola, super trash. We need new talent that's great, and I don't know if we gonna get it because the only people that are trying to fund shit and trying to fund shit, they're trying to fund the people that they want to see because they don't believe in the aspect of the art form or believe in the idea that talent needs to be mined, not fucking not just thrown in there and blasted up and steroided up because they think they can just grab anybody and steroid them up and make them a good actor or make people want to see them. It's not true. It's not true, man. You look at you look at you look at I don't even want to say it, man. Fuck it. You look at Gal Gadot, man. Gal Gadot got a bunch of movies, and that's because she was a part of so many great franchises. But she's not a standalone talent, bruh. She's just not. She doesn't deliver lines well. She never changed her accent. She's just not. She's pretty, but and she works the money. She funds, puts the money everywhere. She works that money. And then this new show, um, this is a bunch of trash stuff out, man. And if you don't got the money and the support and the fan base, any project you're a part of is gonna tank. So, but yeah, that's about it, man. Thanks for tuning in to this week's podcast, man. And we gonna keep pushing them out, man. I'm be cranking these out. I plan on reaching 100 episodes soon. So yeah. And I'm working diligently on that one. So um thank you for tuning in to the podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Comment below what you would what other things you will bases you would want me to touch on. Comment below if you just want a shout out. I'll give you a shout out, man. This is on the house. Um, Comment below if you want me to go live. Yeah, just comment below and keep in touch with your boy. And let me know which city or state you in, and I'll let you know when I'm coming to that part of town or that part of the country and or that part of the world, and I'm gonna do a show out there. Um, yeah, this has been Ron Roberts. I was thinking podcast. We out.